right. Good morning. Good morning. How everybody doing this morning? Right. I hope it's a great morning where you at, guys, because it's a great morning where I'm at. No matter what's the weather, right? It's a great morning because I'm on the right side of the dirt, right? So I'm truly grateful. Rain, sleet, or snow, and I hope you guys are grateful too as well. Man, I'm excited to be here. For those of you who don't know, my name is Keith Williams here out of Dallas, Texas. I am Director of Cultural Development and Double Diamond here with Vital Health. This amazing company, guys. And I know you all feel the same way. And we're here every morning, right? Every morning, same time, same bat channel, pouring out. I mean, sometimes I just don't want to speak. Sometimes I just want to be in a position that you're in with my notepad out, right? And my pen taking notes because we have some amazing speakers that have had amazing experience in the industry that share with you, to take time from their morning to share with you every morning. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm grateful for that, right? It's almost like getting a free education. People would pay thousands of dollars, because I have, to hear David speak on stage, right? People would pay thousands of dollars to hear the ingenuity and the creativity that James brings to the table. Man, I tell Brooke all the time, I say, hey, like I said, I feel like I get therapy for free. Because Brooke always pours into me, guys. And so we have a lot to be grateful for with this amazing company, things that we're doing. And so you could join us here. Don't forget to join our podcast. Go back and watch these recordings. You never know when you're going to pick up something that you missed. So I'm not going to be long, right? Typically, I might have a PowerPoint or something, but today I hope that you have your notebooks out. I hope that you have your pen, because I'm going to get some things this morning. And I don't have a PowerPoint, but I do have a PDF, and I'll try to get it out to the field. Maybe I can get it out to James, right? But I want to talk about this morning 10 key things that you can do to create activity in your organization, right? Put a one in the chat if you want more or wish you had more activity in your organization, right? How many people want more activity in their organization? Because we know activity breeds results, right? And results breed profit. And we do know this is a business where we create profit. This isn't a nonprofit, right? This is a for-profit business. If it wasn't for profit, a lot of us wouldn't be here. I mean, we're in business to make a profit. Yes, I've made some great friends. Yes, I've established some great relationships, some that I can't even put a price on. But at the end of the day, when I got involved in this industry, I got involved because of hope, right? I got involved because I knew that I wanted a way out of my situation. I just didn't know a way out of my situation. And so when somebody approached me with this industry, it gave me hope. I said, man, there's a way out of working 16-hour days, right? And then working another 6 hours at night. There's a way out of that, right? And so, and that's why I got involved in this industry. But when I got involved in this industry, guys, I did not, it's not that I didn't have mentorship, right? Is that I didn't know I needed mentorship because I didn't come from a space of seeking mentorship. That's not where I came from. And so I struggled, right? I struggled a year and a half. No recruits. Got involved in this industry 20 some odd years ago. And for a year and a half in that company, I didn't recruit a single person. Now, how many people would have probably quit if they didn't recruit anybody in their company in a year and a half? I mean, be honest, right? Be honest with me, right? Put a five in the chat if you would have been out of there a year and a half, no recruits. You know what I'm saying? But what kept me in was hope. What kept me in was like, well, what am I going to do? Right? What else am I going to do? I'm going to continue to do the same thing, or I'm going to learn the skill set. I'm going to become a better person. I'm going to become more attractive. I'm going to read the books. I'm going to listen to the audios. I'm going to go to the events. You know how many events I went to in a year and a half? We had an event every 90 days. A year and a half of going to the event saying, hey, this is going to be, right, next event. I'm going to go across that stage, right? Next event. But I wasn't seeking mentorship. I felt like I could do it on my own. And so I too wanted more activity within my organization. So let's get into it, guys. The 10 steps, right? And so the first thing, number one, is launch fast and loud, right? Launch fast and loud. Be boisterous in your launch. Just imagine, right? If you had invested tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars into your own business, your own company, your own brick and mortar, and you open it up on such and such avenue. How would you launch that business? Would you tell everybody? right? That you was opening up a business, would you have a grand opening sign outside your door? Would you have balloons and banners and marching man? You would do what you do. Why? Because you know that you need customers. You know that you need exposure, right? To create profit. Remember, this is not a nonprofit business, it's a for-profit business, and we're in the business to make profit. Jim Rohn says it best, right? He said, profits over wages, right? He said, wages from a job will create you a living, but profits from a business will create you a fortune. And do we or do we not have products that create profit? And so we have a business, and you want to launch that business, right? Don't be quiet when you launch your business. Don't be an undercover agent, guys. Get your distractions right out the way. Get your distributor started immediately. Right? Speed builds excitement. So host launch Zooms, three-way calls. Right? Set these things up within the first 72 hours. Just real quick, when I'm doing a launch, all right, and I'm getting somebody ready for the launch, the first thing I do is I do a welcome call. I want people to know that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You have a community of people that are willing to help you. They don't typically get that in their environment or their workplace, right? So let them know they're surrounded by people that's like-minded. And then I do a game plan interview, a GPI. In the game plan interview, I set accountability, right? I want to limit the distractions. I want to manage emotions. I want to manage expectations. I want to see what the goal is, what the why is, and then I want to set a date for the launch. I want to do that immediately. Now, this is where we drop the ball sometimes in a launch. I get somebody and say, I do all this within the first 72 hours, right? I'm supposed to be just going over 10 points, not teaching. I'll be all day, but I got to get this point across. You get somebody's date set up within the first 72 hours and just say it's a Monday, and you set the launch date up for the following Monday, right? What we tend to do is 2 hours, 3 hours for the Zoom on the following Monday, we say, hey, are you ready? Right? We forget the gap in between. That's where the work happens. That's where the magic happens. That's where you start to compound time frames and you start to create synergy, right? And you help them launch. You get on the phone, you do the three-way calls, you do the invites because you never know. One person could turn to three, three can turn to six because of the work you do in between the time you set the launch and the time you actually have the launch, right? And so number two, simplify the systems. Simplify the systems, guys. You want tools that are duplicatable. It really doesn't matter. And I tell people all the time, it really doesn't matter how good the tool is, right? You can have a tool that is subpar, right? But you get 100 people sending that subpar tool out 10 times a day, right? 100 times 10 is 1,000 exposures. Somebody, right? The saying goes that a blind squirrel will find a nut under an acorn tree one day, right? And so what does that mean? That means it doesn't matter as long as you have activity. Use the tools. Use As Vital. That's an amazing tool. Use the 8-minute video that David does. That's an amazing tool, right? But get your teams using tools to create exposures. Keep it simple, guys. Simple scripts, simple tools, simple actions. When it's easy to follow, people take action faster and they teach others to do the same. You want duplication. You don't want something that's complicated to teach, right? You want anybody to be able to do it. Anybody can send somebody As Vital. Anybody can send somebody a video. Yes or yes, right? And so, guys, the third thing is lead by example. Now, this is important. Lead by example, right? People don't care what you say. They watch what you do. And so everything I tell people, everything that you do in this, remember, everything you do in this industry is duplicatable, guys. And duplication is so important. It's so important because duplication is the key to multiplying your success in this industry. And so if you get off to the wrong start and you duplicate the wrong start, if you try to be complicated in your approach and your process and feel you got to know everything, then that's how you duplicate. Remember, as soon as you open your mouth and tell somebody about your business, you're teaching them how to do it. Right. And so lead by example. Momentum starts at the top, right? Be the most consistent recruiter and promoter on your team. Your example creates belief far faster than your words, right? Far faster than your words. You want your team to be recruiting, you be recruiting, right? You want your team to do more launches, you do more launches. Lead from the front. And so, number 4, promote every event. This might be the most important one out of all 10, right? Promote. Guys, we've been talking about the event almost every call, every Zoom, how important it is. I bet you there's 104 people on here. Should be way more, right? And I bet you somebody on the Zoom right now hasn't registered for the event. I bet you somebody on this Zoom right now might not even know about the event, right? And guys, you don't the impact of an event that year and a half, no recruits, but the impacts kept me in the business, right? I mean, the events that kept me in the business. And two, I found mentorship. And two, I found I started to adopt the skill set until I started doing the things to change. But that those changes were implemented at big events, right? And so promote every event. Events are momentum factories, right? Promote your local, regional, and virtual events like your business depends on it, guys, because it does. Always be driving attendance to the next event. You know what this event in Anaheim is for? You know what this event in Anaheim is for, right? Not just to get you excited, not just to get you motivated, right? Not just to get you engaged and learn the skills, right? But this event is for you to make a decision to get more people to the next event. Because when you get to this event, guess what you're going to say? You're going to say, I wish I had more people here. I promise you, look, it is 10:12, right? That's what time it is. Write it down, stamp it, take a picture and say, Keith Williams said, when I got to this event, I'm going to say, I wish I had more people there. And so, guys, the whole purpose of this event is to have a bigger event, right? And I'm going to tell you this real quick. The event is the cheat code. The event, write it down. The event is the cheat code. If there was a cheat code, I still remember the cheat code to Contra when I played Nintendo. Up, down, left, right, BA, start. I still know it, right? Be laughing. You remember, you played Contra too, right? I still know the cheat code to Contra, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's funny. And so, guys, the event is the cheat code. The event is how you get a lot of people at the same place at the same time, getting the same information, leaving with the same energy, going back to the field, having the same impact. So the more people you have there, right, the faster your business grows. Okay, so number 5, create a culture of recognition. Guys, recognize people for everything that they do. Recognition is so important that babies cry for it and grown men die for it. Guys, we love to be recognized. We love to be appreciated for what we do. I don't care if somebody gets in your business, create a welcome banner, post on your social media. Parade that welcome banner around like they just made the best decision in their life, because in some instances they did. Right? Network marketing was the best decision I ever made in my life, changed the whole scope of my life. That one meeting transformed everything for me. So welcome banners. If they get dual team qualified, recognize them. Everything that your people on your team do, recognize them, right? Show the appreciation, show the recognition, show the support. People join this business because they get things that they don't typically get outside of the business, right? And that's hope, right? And that's hope. And so, number 6, focus on the core group. My mentor told me always go where you're not needed. Right? I didn't understand that at first. I wish I would have understood that a year and a half. I wish I would have listened to somebody. But go where you're not needed. Go where the fire is. Right? Find your core group. Work closely with the most committed 3 to 5 leaders who want it the most. When they win, the rest of the team believes it's possible for them to win too, guys. Create a platform of success. Right? Create a platform. Create examples of success. So when people are looking, they don't have to look no further than what you created or what you helped create. And so they can go and find examples of success within your organization because you helped create that, right? And success breeds success. Guys, success is contagious. Success is contagious. You hang around me long enough for a few days, right? You're going to be starting to listen to different things. Right? You're going to be starting to read different books. And I'm quite sure some of you are the same way, right? You sit down with David Nieves, right, for a few days. Right. And see, every time I sit with him, I talk to him, I got a new book that he suggests. Right. The more I sit down with David, the more I realize it's things, the more I realize what I don't know. That's the importance of a mentor, guys. It doesn't matter that he's younger than me, right? It doesn't matter that we've been in the industry the same at the time. Every time I hang around that gentleman, it's something else that I learn, right? And so I never stop learning, right? And so what I'm part of his core, I want to be part of his core group. I want to be that gentleman. He says, hey, Keith, come sit down with me for a couple hours. Let's have lunch. Let's talk. Right. And so he understands who his core group is. Understand who your core group is. Guys, number 7, build with urgency. Another important thing, right? Build with urgency. Teach your team to work in 90-day bursts. Short, intense, right? Pushes create rapid rank ups and income stories that multiply belief across your organization. 90-day spurts, right? 90-day spurts. When we come out of this event, hold your head down, come out of this event for the next 90 days and build for the next one, right? Get to the next event and celebrate those successes and those wins with your team and go do it again. I used to tell people all the time, and I know it might be harsh, right? And I say I can't say that because Heidi told me it's a family environment. I couldn't curse no more. So Heidi, if you listen, I'm not gonna curse, right? But I used to tell people, hey, there's two things that's gonna happen at an event, and this is just from a coaching standpoint, right? Because we got teams, we got coaches, and I said two things gonna happen at an event. Either you're gonna celebrate or you're gonna take a butt whooping. I didn't use the word butt, right? Either you're gonna celebrate or take a butt whooping, and both of them are good. Even when I play football, somebody gotta win, somebody gotta lose, right? And you learn from those losses. You go watch that film, you see what you did wrong, you come back and you say, hey, next time is my time to show up. I'm not going to make those same mistakes again. That's what events do. There's nothing wrong with going to the event, taking that L, and that L is not for a loss, that L is for a lesson. Iron sharpens iron, right? And so, guys, build with a sense of urgency, man. Build with a sense of urgency every 90 days. Have those growth spurts. So, number 8, keep the vision front and center. What's the vision for your team? What's your mission statement? What's that thing that when you get up in the morning, you read every morning and you understand this is why I do this business, right? I have my mission statement, right? Our team has our mission statement, right? Project 5,000, we want to impact 5,000 people. We want 5,000 people exposed to this opportunity, exposed to these products, taking it back to their communities and closing the wealth gap and closing the health gap, because those are two things that plague my community. And this opportunity gives me a vehicle, right? It gives me a crusade. It gives me a mission to go back and help people. I mean, what's more impactful than helping people improve their quality of health and making money at the same time? There's nothing wrong with doing good while doing great, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. I love it. That's why I love this industry, right? I can impact your health and your wealth at the same time. And so, what's your mission statement? Keep the vision in front of you, right? Consistently remind your team of the why, right? Freedom, time, family, purpose. A clear vision keeps people moving when the challenges arise, because, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, those challenges are going to arise. Those problems are going to happen. I love the call the other day, and I think Jorge, he's talking about it in number 10, our CEO. That's what inspired number 10. We're gonna get to number 10. We gotta get to number 9 first, but we're still on number 8, right? And so you know, he was just implementing just the vision, right? And keeping it clear when he was talking on that call. Um, and he's talking about challenges coming up, right? And one thing he said that was so impactful, and I don't know if people were listening or not, but he said, control what you can control. And I love that statement because I live by that. Control what you can control, right? Guys, we got two jobs, right? Sell products and recruit other people to do the same thing. Those are the only two things that we do that create profit. Everything outside of that is just getting ready to go sell some products or recruit somebody to sell some products. That's anything else does not pay you. Right? No, there's nothing wrong with sharpening your skill set. Nothing wrong with reading and developing and getting education. Nothing wrong with coaching and development, inspiration, motivation, communication with your team. But at the end of the day, if you're not selling products and you're not recruiting people to sell products, you're not getting no money, right? This is not, and I repeat, a nonprofit business. This is a for-profit business. All right. I want everybody to make a profit. I want everybody to experience what it feels like to make thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on the 15th of the month when that residual check hits. Right? Everybody should know what that feels like. Right? And so we can't control if the scanners are out of stock. I hope I didn't step on no toes, all right, or bring back any flashbacks, cause any PTSD, right? Any triggers out there. And so we can't control when things happen and we can't control when product is out of stock. We can't control that. And it's not our job to control that. I'm not going to focus on that because that don't make me no money. Right? What makes me money is selling products and recruiting people to sell products. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not a customer. Customer write complaint letters, right? Customers go and write the email and complain about their experience that they had with the company. Entrepreneurs solve problems. And I'm an independent distributor, building my organization and my distribution within inside a distribution, right? I'm in a vehicle. And so it's their job to maintenance the vehicle. It's their job to make sure the vehicle is running properly. It's my job to drive the vehicle. That's what my job is, right? And so I focus on what I can do. The planner doesn't focus on the plant. The planner just focuses on the next seed that he plants. We can't control the plant. Some gonna grow, some not, right? And so, and I heard a statement one day, and that's right. One woman said, drive, baby, drive. That's our job, right? I heard a beautiful analogy that kind of sums up what we do. It says, our job, this business is like driving a bus. And our job is to drive the bus. People gonna get off the bus and they're gonna get on the bus. You just keep driving the bus. That's our job, is to drive the bus, guys. We have a vehicle, we need to drive it, right? And so number 9, duplicate daily habits. What is your daily method of operations? Remember, we want our business to be profitable, right? And activity breeds results, and results breed profit. And so your calendar, guys, really demonstrates how profitable your business is going to be. If I see somebody's calendar and the calendar is blank, then I'd be like, don't expect no check next week on the 15th, because your calendar doesn't represent the activity that's going to bring the results, that's going to create the profit. So what is your daily method of operations? What's your habits, right? Because momentum isn't luck, right? It's the result of daily consistency. Encourage everyone to expose, follow up, and plug in every day, even in small ways. A three-way call is activity, right? Piquing somebody's interest and getting the video out is activity, right? Getting people on the nightly opportunity calls is activity. Exposing the business is the activity, guys, right? That create the results. You can't have results without exposure. And so what is your daily method of operation? What are the things that you're doing every day that can be duplicated within your organization? And then number 10, right? I got to give credit to this to our CEO, because this was number 10 is protect your energy. That's what I got out of what he was saying when he was talking about eliminate the distractions, right? Control the things that you can control, eliminate the activity and the gossip and the things that go on that doesn't equate to production and profit, guys. All right. Keep meetings and chats positive, mission driven, and focus on progress. Remember this, right? And I'll end with this. Now, 24 minutes. We did good today. Remember this, right? That your private practices will always show up in your public performance. You don't have to talk about what you're going to do. You don't have to talk about what you're not going to do. It's going to show up anyway, right? Your private practice is going to always show up in your public performance. The things that you're doing that nobody can see, right? Nobody on my team has to tell me if they're working their business. It's going to show in the results. I see the numbers, right? I don't have to tell David or Alex or anybody that I'm working, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. It's in the numbers, right? And how you do anything is how you do everything, right? And so I tell people, and I'm gonna say it all the time, I'm screaming from the mountaintops, network marketing changed my life. Not because the money that was made, but because of the things that I learned, and I was able to apply them to all areas of my life. And trust me, my life was jacked up. Right? It was jacked up. See how I didn't curse again, right? My life was jacked up. I knew I needed to do something. I wasn't lazy, I had a good work ethic, but I had no direction, right? The books, the mentorships, you know, different people that mentor me, that show me how to be a better father, right? They show me how to be a better man, a better son, a better brother, a better uncle, right? A better provider, just through this industry. And so, I mean, the money I've made in this industry has been amazing, but what I've learned in this industry, you can't put a price on it. Could Harvard, Yale, right? No institution, no education could have taught me what I learned in this industry. So I appreciate you all this morning. I hope I gave something of value. I hope that you apply these 10 things to your business, guys. And remember, we're one team, guys. We're one dream and one mission, right? And that's to create an environment, create a culture where everybody has the opportunity to win. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna let everybody unmute